Let's get right to it. Our California dictator, Gavin Newsom, says he won't lift state of emergency on June 15th. Caitlyn Jenner, who is running against Newsom in a recall election, said the governor acts like a dictator. Well, no, duh. I'm not getting into what this person has to say. I don't even consider their candidacy worth mentioning because it's an utter joke. No one's voting for Jenner. No one cares. I could pop up a poll right now and show you how bad Jenner's doing, but it's not even worth my time. I barely get time to make these videos, so I might as well cut right into it and ignore that clown. Where it says right here, Gavin Newsom will not lift the state of emergency in California on June 15th as he promised. And this is the truth. The guy said he was going to get rid of all mask mandates. He was going to get rid of all the emergency policies that he put in place, all the emergency powers he granted into himself. No. Why would he do that? Then he'd have to be a normal governor again and not be able to do whatever the hell he wants, like go out to French Laundry or just do whatever it is he does while telling us not to do it. Asked if he would lift the order that gives him broad emergency powers on June 15th, the day he said he would lift most COVID restrictions, Newsom said the emergency remains in effect after June 15th. The one thing I am certain of is there's an uncertainty in the future, Newsom added at an event to pick winners in the state's lottery-style vaccination incentive program. Don't even get me started on that jackassery. That is the stupidest shit I've ever heard of. Anyway, it says, oh, mother of God. This can't be real. This has got to be a joke, right? Wow. I think Wheel of Fortune's going to sue someone. I mean, just that thing in the back alone. They're giving people 60 grand to get the stupid vaccine. Are you... All right. Forget the ad. Or forget the article. Let's go down a little lower because it mentioned something about how he wants to basically pay people's rent and give people money. Here we go. Since the recall effort gained steam, Newsom and the legislature has authorized $2.3 billion in cash payments for low-income adults, with plans to give another $8 billion in rebates to most tax-paying adults later this year. Oh, yeah, I remember that. What was it called? The Golden State Stimulus? I'm still waiting for my $500, $600, Newsom. Yeah, you're full of shit. I heard plenty of illegals got that. I don't know if I ever made a video on that. I think I got halfway through editing and then I just gave up because by the time it'd be posted, it'd be a month old. But no, yeah. If you were an illegal, you basically got the stimulus money. Not only would you get Newsom stimulus, the $600, but Newsom promised to match the money that Trump and Biden have given out. So they'd be getting what, like $3,800? Let's see, there was $600, $1,400. Trump did $1,200. Newsom $600, yeah, $3,800 that California taxpayers would be on the bill for. And now he's pledged to give out more than $100 million in incentives for people to get vaccinated. I guess that explains this nonsense right here. Look at that shit-eating grin, too. He loves it. He's just a playboy, eats up that camera. God, this guy's a joke. At this point, I'll take Jenner in the office. I wouldn't want it. I will not be voting for that person, but anyone's better than Newsom at this point. I mean, a clown could ride his unicycle into the Sacramento Capitol building, and I will gladly tell people that that's my governor. I mean, at this point, who even cares who takes over for Newsom? This guy is just... Oh, it makes me sick looking at it. How do you run a government like this? But let me get back to my point. I'm getting off topic here. So he's giving away over $10 billion in cash aid to people. They're doing rent relief. They're doing all these things where people can get food stamps. Well, they're not calling it food stamps, but basically food aid since everyone's starving in the state. You got millions of hobos out there. Basically, and no one else will tell you like I'm going to tell you right now. This man is buying your vote if you're a Californian. If you're getting that $600 stimulus, he's expecting you to vote for him come the recall election. If you're getting your rent paid, he knows that you're going to be grateful for not getting evicted, even though he's the man who made it almost impossible for, roughly 2/3 of the state to work. How many millions of people were on unemployment for the last 8, 9, 12 months? And he's not only expecting you to be grateful for taking away your job, but he's going to be expecting you to vote for him for all the unemployment money he's given you and all these rent and other, just it's disgusting. He's literally buying people's votes and no one's calling it out. I'm over here on Fox News. They don't even have the balls to say it. And I guess that's the end of the article. We got some comments here if you want to read over these. I'm sure, yes, the disease is still with us, but if California is waiting for every last chance to be gone before lifting restrictions, then the restrictions by definition will be in place forever. That's the truth. No, this guy gets it. And plus, I love how there was over 10,000 people in the hospital when Gavin Newsom originally started lowering the restrictions and the tiers. He started allowing more restaurants to have higher capacity. And this was right when the recall passed. I really wish I could have had time to do a video on that because I thought it was fascinating how all of a sudden the recall passed and Newsom realized that his ass was in the fire. So he had to literally jump through hoops to make it like, oh no, Corona, COVID, it's not as bad as you think. No, we're getting back to normal to appease us people who put the recall on the ballot. Anyway, what else does this guy have to say? Maybe if he was barred seating at the French Laundry until restrictions were lifted, he would be encouraged to do so. Then again, he gets dinner there with the restrictions imposed, with all the giveaways. Newsom has now managed to reinforce why he needs to be recalled. Oh, it's the truth. Absolute truth. What does it say? I live in California. Proof the virus is still with us. The only ones I know still talking about the virus are on TV. I haven't worn a mask anywhere in 3 weeks. Well, I'm glad he mentioned that because we can segue right into this. When will the mask mandate end in California? California Governor Gavin Newsom said Wednesday that the state will not require people to wear masks outdoors after June 15th, but that some indoor requirements will likely remain in place. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think it was exactly a month ago. I think in the beginning of May, I was really excited to hear that he was going to get rid of all the mask mandates and that you could go into grocery stores and not have to, stick your fingers in between your mouth and your mask to get a breath of fresh air because I wear the damn thing. I have to buy groceries. Everyone does. But when I'm in the aisle, I'm going to peek that thing open so I can get a breath of fresh air. Everyone does. People are going to be like, oh, never done that. Oh, sure, buddy. Sure. You're wearing that thing 8 hours straight at work. You're telling me you haven't caught a breath of fresh air by opening the mask a little bit? Yeah, bullshit. Anyway, Gavin Newsom, he originally promised that he was going to get rid of all the mask requirements. But now he's, stepped back and reissued his statements. Yeah, walk back right here. The governor's remarks appeared to walk back statements he made in an interview the previous day, which had been widely interpreted as indicating mask requirements would be lifted in nearly all circumstances by mid-June. See, this is why I'm making this video, the primary reason. Newsom, he can keep his emergency powers. That really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. The real thing that's pissing a lot of people off is that we were promised that the mask mandate would end on the 15th. We were excited, telling our loved ones, telling people in the rest of America, hey, we're about to become America again. We're about to join you guys. I mean, the CDC already said, in March, April, maybe it was May, that you don't have to wear a mask anymore. But no, not in California. You got to wear your mask forever. But maybe, just maybe, outdoor masking, if we reach that threshold, will be substantially. In fact, it will be eliminated, according to Gavin Newsom. However, indoor activities, we will still likely have some mask guidelines and mandates, but we hope sooner than later that those will be lifted as well. Notice how he doesn't give you a date. Notice how he walks back on his previous statement where he said that all masks would be removed. You don't have to wear them anymore. And now all of a sudden it's outdoor masking. Well, I don't mean to echo that one guy who said he hadn't worn a mask in 3 weeks, but I'll tell you this. I have never worn a mask outside. When I go into a store, a grocery store, a business, whatever, I got to wear the mask. I respect that. I'm doing that for other people's comfort. I really don't give a damn about the mask. In the first couple of months, I did buy my own mask before it was mandated. I thought, hey, I got an elderly person, my grandmother I live with, she's almost 90. I'm doing it for her. But then when you realize that this thing isn't that big of a deal, 99% survival rate, you take the mask off. When you're outside walking around, you don't need to wear a mask. Are the trees going to infect you with the COVID? No, they're not. And now Gavin Newsom saying, we can get rid of outdoor masking on the 15th of June. This guy's full of shit. He said all masks would be gone, but now he's taking a step back and he's letting you know that you got to keep the mask on outside until June 15th. Hey, buddy, Gavin, hey, what happens on June 15th? Is that when all outdoor strains of COVID just magically disappear? It's just BS. Just utter BS. And now he's telling us we have to keep the mask on inside. That's just great, I just love that. But I thought I'd bring you that little short video and let you know that, here's the original tweet that this Alex Michelson made when he interviewed Gavin Newsom a couple weeks back. He said, Gavin Newsom tells me CA's mask mandate will almost entirely go away on the 15th. Yeah, that's what he told people back on May the 11th, but he was full of shit. And this is why we need to recall him. You got to get rid of him. Get him out of here. Done. Tired of his bullshit. We can get in anyone. Like I said, if you know someone that likes to dress as a clown and go to children's birthday parties, hire him. Have him run for ballot because every clown, including Jenner, is on the ballot. So you might as well just shake it up, At this point, I think anyone can do a better job than Gavin Newsom. But that is merely the obvious. And no, I'm not trying to quote Mr. Obvious. I'm just being blunt here. Anyway, I hope you guys can survive the constant flip-floppings of Gavin Newsom. I hope you can survive the rest of the year. Gas is around $4.70 in Orange County, $4.50 a gallon. Thank you, Biden. I hope you can survive that too because inflation's coming. Gavin Newsom is probably going to win the election because he's literally paying everyone to vote for him. And Biden, I got another video in the works for him. If I get some time, I'm going to put together a fun one where you can watch Biden being a complete creep. But that's par for the course. You have a good night, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for watching as always. Take care.